This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
So let's, I guess, start at the beginning. When did you first realize, hey man, WCW might not be headed in the right direction? I think Eric Bischoff was quoted as saying, towards the end of 98, around August, it started to become very apparent to me that Time Warner's conglomerate didn't really want WCW to survive. Does that timetable check out for you? Like maybe late summer 98 is when you realized, Houston, we may have a problem.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when a lot of the top guys were in the arguments that they were having with, you know, the bookers at the time, and they were getting sent home and stuff, and I'm going, man, you cannot, you know, I understand that there's negotiations that have to go on, and you know, everybody needs to pull together here, but you can't take all your named players and send them home and act like you're punishing them. That's not a punishment. The only one that's punishing is the company.
That's right.
You know, for those guys who are making strong money to be sent home and still get paid, it was, you know, it was just, and when you see their value is when those quarter hours start dropping and those numbers start dropping, and you realize what those guys are worth. That's when I saw that was going to be okay with everybody. And like the front office people with Turner weren't going to say, hey, I want this guy or this guy or this guy on TV. Why aren't these guys on TV? What happened? I'm not sure they were even abreast of what was going on during that period.
Talk to me a little bit about when Bischoff leaves. I think it happens in the fall of 99, maybe early September 99. He comes back in the spring of 2000. And then, of course, in between time, WCW would find Vince Russo. Bischoff, obviously, and again, we're not talking about 2021 Bischoff. We're saying 1999 Bischoff. Even he has acknowledged, boy, I could be a real prick to deal with at times. Did you feel like when Bischoff left, okay, now that he's out of the way, now maybe we'll be able to turn over a new leaf? Or did you still remember sort of the glory days of, gosh, a year or two prior where it felt like WCW could do no wrong? Are you excited, depressed, motivated, anxious? What was your feeling when Bischoff leaves and WCW sort of looking for a new head honcho, if you will?
Well, you know, I worked for those guys 12 years, and that's a career.
Yeah.
You know, I looked at when Eric came back, okay, you know, the front office is going to rally one more time and see if we can get this thing turned back around, because when you look at success, when Eric was the boss, that's when we had the most success.
Yeah.
So in my immature mind, apparently, I thought, okay, we're going to get everybody back on, you know, that's under contract. We're going to get this thing, you know, start from scratch if we had to, and rebuild this company, because it had been torn down so badly. You know, it needed rebuilding almost from square one. And I thought, you know, in my mind, that's what was going to happen. But I doubt very seriously if Eric had anywhere near the stroke or the power that he had at one time. Obviously, the second go around. So what deals he was able to make, I'm not sure of. You know, how much control he had, I'm not sure of. But it was one of those things that I knew if you put the wrong guy in that seat, we were very close. We were sputtering big time.
Yep.
We were very close to just flatlining.
And speaking of historical topics, we're talking about one today. That's our topic today, the very last Nitro. It feels like the end of an era. And, you know, for other, I guess, all intents and purposes, really, it really was. And people thought when this company went down, there'd never be another like it. And of course, TNA did their best to, you know, try to get something going, and so did Ring of Honor. But I don't think it was until AEW came around that people felt like there was a real alternative. But when I told you we were going to be talking about the last Nitro, and it's hard to even imagine that we're right upon now, later this week will be the 20-year anniversary. On some level, that feels about right. And on another level, it feels like what was that, like 10 years ago? But 20 years? Does that feel right to you that WCW's been gone 20 years? It doesn't feel like it to me.
No. And you know, for me, I've had decades disappear. You know, I'm thinking back to to the Crockett years, and that seemed like not so long ago, but yes, a long time ago. The WCW years, I was with those guys 12 years.
Yeah.
You know, that's a career.
Yeah.
You know, and it just feels like there were so many things going on during that period, and I was wearing so many hats as a talent, and helping out is writing the shows and helping out running the shows. When you wear that many hats, you don't necessarily hear about every, you know, backstage thing that goes down, or every negotiation or conversation, or, you know, so a lot of the stuff just passed me by because I had so many hats. And going back and reliving it from the people telling the stories, you know, Eric has his stories, and Tony has his stories, and JR has his stories. I'm going, God, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. I don't remember that. It's because I wasn't included on that.
Right.
But it's, man, there were so many things going on. And that was a day more about what matches, you know, the matches actually didn't matter as much as the emotion that was filling the backstage area.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.